As of 2020, Hyundai's design language has been called sensuous sportiness, but in 2021, seems that they wanted to go a little 50 Shades of Grey on us, because today I get to introduce you to the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N Line. Let's talk about it. What is up, guys? It's Miguel, your car guy, and today I am finally so happy that we got our first, actually we had our first two Hyundai Sonata N Lines drop, and I am excited for this. Everybody and their mama has been begging for the N Line, and they are finally starting to arrive in dealerships, especially here in Orlando. So if you happen to be in the Orlando area and need any Hyundai, including the new N Line, go ahead, click that first link in the description below. This is Schedule with Miguel. That way I can guarantee that once you get here, you'll be getting me, and we can have a little bit of fun. Why not? But if you can't buy a car from me, no worries. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and share my videos. That way you and I can keep on growing the channel big and strong. But let me show you how mental this car is. For this vehicle, I'm actually starting off on the inside of the car because it's a nice place to be. And if you want to hear how nice that engine actually does sound, you're gonna have to wait around to the end. Sorry, not sorry, but getting back to the interior, you can see how spacious and roomy it still is, because at the end of the day, it is still a Sonata. But being that it is the N Line, you do get a few unique features. For example, you do have this very nice interior pattern. You do have the suede with the leather combo on not only the front seats, you also do have it back here on the rear seats. But hopping up to the front seats again, you will see you do have that N embossed right into the suede, making you know that you are in something very, very special. Now, speaking specifically about the driver's seat, something that I absolutely love is that now in the N Line, you do have side bolster support. So once you're sitting in the car normally, you will feel that in your midsection, it's actually holding you quite nicely. But there's a new little switch, because if you go ahead and flick this little switch right here, you will feel the side bolsters either hugging you tighter or hugging you not as tight. It still feels pretty snug, but in a car that can run like the wind, that is something that you would really love to have, especially if you're running like the wind around a few corners. Now, it seems like there's a trend in the auto industry that when a special performance-y car comes out, that they should black out a lot of the things. So just like my Hyundai Kona night video that I did, everything seems to be even more blacked out than on the typical Sonata, including the headliner up here. It is absolutely black, and I don't remember another Sonata having a totally black headliner aside from maybe the SEL Plus. But of course, being that this is the most powerful Sonata ever built, you still do have a beautiful and wide panoramic sunroof for your driving and viewing pleasure. Now, the N Line is still chock full of stuff, including technology, and I am amazed at how much they could manage to put in these types of vehicles, because once you get the N Line, you'll be getting very nice things such as the Bose premium audio system, really allowing you to get into your music and let the stress of the day fade away. Another phenomenal thing is that you also do have the 10.25-inch touchscreen display, allowing you to see the navigation maps, the weather, and the radio station all in one shot. You don't have to switch between views. You can all see it in one single pass, which is something I absolutely love. Another cool thing that the N Line still brings is the digital gauge cluster for your speedometer and tachometer. That way you know clearly what you are doing. And when you flip through drive modes, you still have normal mode, sport mode, and custom mode. But for the Sonata N, you now have a Sport Plus. It's just like sport mode, except it actually deactivates the traction control in case you're serious about pushing the limits of your car. Now, you know Hyundai wouldn't just build the most powerful Sonata ever and not tweak a few things. And getting back into the gauge cluster, you can see this new menu option, which is called Gauges. It shows you things like temperature, boost pressure, and torque. And let's face it, if you're buying the Sonata N Line, you probably want to know all those things. So I love the fact that they went ahead and included it on this car. Now I figured we'd go ahead and hop outside of the car, and I would stop teasing you, because cool seats are cool, but it doesn't make the entire car cool. It is the entire car that makes the car cool. And if you just look at the N Line, you can see that it is a sporty an aggressive looking car. Starting with the grille, you still do have Hyundai's family of cascading grills still integrated into the front of the vehicle, but in the N Line, it has a very unique texture. If you look at the Hyundai logo, you can see like there's little waves almost, like the Hyundai logo was a speedboat going through, and the wake creating is kind of streaking off the Hyundai emblem. It is a difference, and I like it. And on either side of the grille, you still do have the inlet for the air curtain for your front tires. At higher speeds, the car is producing a lot of turbulence because the air of the tires are spinning so quickly, it's screwing up the airflow. What the air curtain does is channel air from the front of the bumper out and directs it to the tire, creating a separated bubble, meaning that it is much more aerodynamically efficient at higher speeds, so you actually do get better gas mileage and less air resistance than you would if you otherwise didn't have it. Speaking of the wheels, let me show you the exclusive 19-inch rims that you will be getting on your Sonata N Line. And if you take a look, you will also be seeing the Pirelli P0 all-season tires. It's kind of like putting Nikes on a cheetah. It's kind of crazy, but if you think about it, it actually starts to make sense, sort of. Oh, and if you're a salesperson, please do not mistake the N Line Sonata for any other Sonata, because it is literally everywhere in the car reminding you. On the front of the car, you can see that it says N Line right there on the grille. On the side of the car, you can see that it says N Line on the side of the car. If you look at the wheels, you have the N Line logo. And if you look at the back, interestingly enough, you actually do not have an N Line logo on the back of the vehicle. But if you stand back and look a little lower, you will notice that the Sonata N Line actually does have dual exhaust. With that revelation, you know what we have to do. We have to listen to it. And now that you heard the exhaust, let's get into the beating heart of the Sonata. It's Smart Stream 2.5 liter turbocharged engine. To answer your question, yes, it's a 4-cylinder. How powerful is it? I am glad you asked. It develops 290 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque in a sedan. Just to put that in perspective, Hyundai's 3-row Palisade, yeah, that is a V6, and it produces 291 horsepower, which is only 1 horsepower more, but only 262 pound-feet of torque. How mental is that? The engine's only half the powertrain, and the other half is the transmission, and the Sonata N Line does not disappoint. 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. And I asked a buddy of mine who is a massive car freak and race car driver and tech. I mean, he's nuts about this stuff. And I said, hey, Carlos, what's the benefit of actually having a wet dual clutch? And he said that at lower speeds, it's much more usable, it's less jerky. The wet means that it actually has oil, so it's more lubrication, it's better cooling, and crisper shifting, which is exactly what you want to have in a car as powerful as this. Now, I know there's somebody out there wondering, what is the miles per gallon on the Sonata? First and foremost, it is 23 miles per gallon in the city and 33 miles per gallon on the highway. But if you're concerned about MPGs, let's just say a 300 horsepower crazy Sonata probably isn't the most efficient car in the world. But then again, a lot of people like to try to think things should be something that they're not. You can't make a cheetah into a fish. You can't make a Lamborghini into an SUV. Wait, I guess you can make a Lamborghini into an SUV. But all I'm saying is that the Sonata is what it is. It's a beast. And so guys, that has been the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N Line in that beautiful Hampton gray. And no, I didn't cover every single little detailed car because it would take way too long and I'm too far for that. But if you like this video, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share. And if you like this car and live in Orlando, come and see me. Click that first link in the description, make a scheduled appointment, so that way I can make you feel great about the car that you're getting. But until next time, guys, I'm Miguel, your car guy, and I'll see you soon. Thing keeps falling off my face. And yes, I do know that it actually says weather information unavailable because it's powered by BlueLink, and until you buy the car, you actually don't have BlueLink set up. So, do you see? That's why I didn't open the trunk in the video. Yeah. For some reason, the Hyundai Digital Key application is only good for Android users at the moment that I'm recording this video. They keep on saying that Apple's gonna go ahead and okay it, but it's been a while. And I still do like the fact that Android's better.